This is a really personal video I'm about to record right now. It really goes deep. I mean, you don't have to compete, but if you do, you'll find that your jiu-jitsu game will get better because you'll figure out where your weaknesses are, you go back to the gym and you work on them, and it'll help your game grow much quicker. So I've used to compete a lot. I did a lot of the smaller tournaments and worked my way up to the bigger tournaments. One of those bigger tournaments are the Pan Americans. It's the second biggest tournament in the jiu-jitsu world, and I had entered it for the first time as a blue belt, and that week, a lot of fucking anxiety. Let me tell you, it was freaking me out. But again, what you learn on the mat, you apply. You tell yourself you've done the work and it's going to be what it's going to be. You just show up and do your best. I was going to compete the Pans, and I was sitting at home just having something to eat because I wasn't going to compete until like 12 o'clock, and I didn't sleep. I got up early so I could have a good breakfast and then I could just have small snacks and be ready for the fights. And I got a call from my sister. All my family's in England, and my father had a heart attack that day, and they were able to bring him back, but at the end of the phone call, I was done. I was mentally rocked, and there was no way in my mind I was going to compete. So I sat there for what seemed like forever, and slowly my mind started to clear, and I wasn't kind of like on autopilot. It was the discipline part of the jiu-jitsu that made me grab my stuff, and also not letting my professor down, Professor Junior. He was there. We'd worked hard to prepare that week, actually for quite a few weeks, to get ready for the tournament, and I didn't want to be a no-show. So I showed up, and I can't even tell you what really happened because I was still in a bit of a fog. It was just the training and the discipline, and just took over. I just stepped on the mat, grabbed the guy, and we fought. And I couldn't even tell you what happened. And even at the medals, I didn't get a picture with my junior, didn't get pictures with anybody else, didn't celebrate in the way you would typically celebrate when I won that tournament, by the way. You would celebrate a massive win like that, a massive win for me. And I was just still numb when we left the arena. And when I got home, I showed my family my medal, and it still didn't hit until like a few days later. In fact, that day I went upstairs, took a shower, and I broke down. Your father having a heart attack and almost dying, it really friggin' hurts. But again, it was what we learn on the mat that helps you get through it and makes you more resilient to what's going on in general. So forgive the emotion, but as I say, this was a tough one to recall. It still hurts. Since then, I've lost my father, and I think about him often, but that was a tough day in many ways. I wish he could have been there to watch me, because he used to like to wrestle, but I'm sure he's watching me now and keeps me going. Thank you.